Welcome to Gordon's Garage. In this episode, we're pulling out old wires. Look at that old stuff. Terrible shape. Terrible. Pulling out old wires and old switches. Making way for new wires and new switches. This old stuff is bad shape. Smells like it's been on fire. Maybe been on fire before, or maybe not on fire, but I said fire. Maybe not on fire, but it definitely smells like this old wiring got overheated at some point. Yeah, so I think maybe we should get a new headlight switch. See in there? Look at that old thing. Nasty, dusty, dirty, fire hazard probably. Well, we're making a little sense out of these wires. I got all the engine stuff running one loom down to the, let's see, the alternator, power, and starter wires, coil, ignition coil, and then all these are lights. They'll feed low beam and high beam headlights and turn signals.
What you doing, John?
Trying to get this dad blame switch out of here. Can you say that on TV?
Well, you're not famous, so I don't think it'll matter.
All right, so still continuing on the wiring today. We've got the headlights wired up, trying to get those all in. Had 6-volt headlights in it, because this used to be a 6-volt system. We've converted it over to a 12. So we had to put 12-volt headlights in it. But all the engines wired. You got all the wiring loom on it. What else can I show you? They got their seat in there. Got it all covered. With the low car shifter getting ready to go in. I gotta hang the fuse block, and these wires go to different places under the dash, like headlight switches and stuff like that. Let's see, to the back we've got new tail lights mounted, but we still got the wires just hanging loose back here. I haven't hooked them up yet, so I don't know if I'll do that tonight, if I'll end up doing that tonight or not. What is that?
This is the
What
mounting
is-
bracket for the low car shifter. You mount it up here.
It just bolts right to the top of the transmission.
Bolts to the top of the transmission. This bolts to the here on the side of the tranny there, and you'll be able to wind her and dine her then.
Okay. So we're back on the 50 this morning. It's been a couple days since I've put any footage together, but working on the power steering this morning. Basically we are using an old square body pump to serve that S10 gearbox. So we get two different ends. Here is the original power steering line to the square body. It has an inverted flare on it, so that fits the pump. But the S10 gearbox has that type of flare that takes an O-ring. So the original, let's see, the square body line will not fit the S10 gearbox. So what we're going to have to do is cut this line and flare it, cut the other line and flare it, and put it together with this flare nut here to make it work. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so I have got the end cut off of the old power steering line, and I'm going to try to flare that. I'm discovering as I cut it that it is some pretty tough steel. It might be kind of hard to flare. I don't know, we're going to try it. So this is the little flare kit that we use. This is a 5/16 line. This is 5/16. Yeah, that one will go in there. Pull that off of there and see what she looks like. See, what we're going for is that bubble flare, and then we'll take that cone and tighten it down into that bubble flare and hopefully create an inverted flare that will seal inside our flare nut. So we finally got everything together on the 50 as far as the power steering goes. Got the two lines put together, finally worked out those flares. Over a few times without the coil hooked up. Just let the water pump and the oil pump. Turn it over, see if we get the carburetor from. Top this fuel line. See if we got getting anything up here yet. Oh, yeah. All right. Turn it over. All right. Fuel tighten them up then so we don't vibrate them out of there. Got the choke set. Oh, it's missing out the side of the wall. Machine shop should have had one in there. That's a mess. There went all your zinc. Now you got oil pressure. That's a dang mess. That's an aggravating mess.
Yeah, there wasn't ever been no.
Man. Someone. Let me see if it's got fuel up to it now. It should. Oh yeah. Shouldn't need this anymore. Taking that long?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to get my timing lights in the truck and get it hooked on there just so we can get close before we go through that long. All right, go ahead. What I'm going to do is just set the idle screw up, just let her go. You watch the let me look at the radiator level one time before we get excited. I mean, no thermostat in there. It shouldn't be anything to open. It should just already be full. So go ahead and crank it up again. into the exhaust shop. To the right. Up when we get it back. But this job is nearly complete.